Good morning. Yeah, it's early. It's about 8:45, Friday, September 13th. Anyway, y'all, I just got back from this amazing conference. And when I'm telling you, it was a game changer for me, I mean that wholeheartedly. It was hosted by Transformation Church, whose lead pastors are Pastor Michael Todd and Natalie Todd. People, if you have not already known about Transformation Church, you are missing out. You are missing out. This conference, which they call the V1 or version 1, I'm still wearing their t-shirt, if you can see, because I volunteered there, is absolutely inspiring. There was at least one person from every state in America, not to mention from over 30 countries around the world. Okay? It's just, it's remarkable what God is doing with this church and the leaders of this church. It's crazy. So this conference is called Version 1 Conference, which means, that all you have in life to achieve your goal is all you need in life to achieve your goal with the help of the Lord. No need to go out and search for something extra. No need to go out and compare yourself to others and what they have and what you don't have. All you have is all you need, which is why I'm coming to you so early in the morning. No makeup, hair not really done, and I did brush my teeth, so yeah, that's good for that one. But this is me. This is me. And the talks that were had there were so much fun, and there were celebrities there. I'm not going to mention it because it's not about that. And celebrities that are believers and are Christians that don't really care about the world or pleasing us as people. They're doing it because it's their calling. They're doing it because they have communed with the Lord and have been moved to do what it is that they're doing and what they've been inspired to do. I know this is not making too much sense, but just bear with me. I have been pursuing my acting for quite some time now. And my biggest problem has been me, in a sense that I have always felt that I am not young enough because I started so late in the game. You know, maybe my training isn't as great as the next person. I'm too fat, I'm too dark, I'm a woman. Whatever the issue is, I have laid that burden on myself when I know I have the talents. I've seen what's out there. I've seen what's on the television. I know I have the talent. And it's not me being egotistical, it's me being confident. And even despite all of that, and what people have told me, and I know that my friends say the same, and family members, and I love them for that. But sometimes it's not enough. And I always still question myself, what else is there that I need to do? How else can I get to run with the pack? Where do I have to go to get that opportunity that so-and-so has? And I'm telling you, after this conference, I realized I don't need to do that. What I have, what you see before you, what sits here in front of this camera is enough. And I'm about to prove it. I'm telling you, I am going to start writing things for myself, because if I don't see what's out there that can fit me, I have to create it for myself. I have to stop comparing myself to other people. I have to stop putting a time limit on the things that I do, like I have to get this done by so-and-so time, or it just won't happen. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Transformation Church has changed and inspired me so much, so many times. I'm so tired. I'm tired. Trying to formulate these words, because there's so much I need to tell you. And with today's society, if you don't grab attention like that, people are gone. That's just the way it is. But I digress. Listen. This past year and a half that I have been turned on to Transformation Church. By the way, if you don't know what it is, it's on YouTube under Transformation Church. It's also, you can also download the app, which is either TC app or Transformation Church app, whatever it is. I'm not tech savvy, but whatever you need to do to get this, you need to get it. I'm telling you, it is nothing like you have ever seen before. I know I'm going off topic for a minute, but I have to talk about this church, because had I not been led to this church, had not God put my coworker in my path that one night shift to where we're talking about him and we're communing about him and talking about the Bible, and where she tells me about Pastor Michael Todd, and then I turn on to this series, and there's a whole slew of sermons. I think he took over this church. It was passed down to him about, I think, 4 years ago now. And the changes that have been made, you can see it throughout the sermon. He'll tell it to you himself. The man is what he's called hot, which is honest, open, and transparent. You look into these series, he'll explain all of that. I'm not doing it justice, I promise you. But anyway, it's remarkable. And this last year, ever since I've done the Daniel fast, which is, no social media, no television, no meat, just vegetables, and just communing and writing and developing my relationship with God, and this is the year of release, I am telling you, I have been released. Even in spite of myself, the things that have happened. And this last series, which is called Crazy Faith, y'all, I'm telling you, it's so remarkable. I even wrote out things that I want, my goals, the things that I plan to achieve, things that when I talk to God, I know He's going to make happen, because it's that crazy faith. And when I'm telling you about crazy faith, let me just give you an example. I had no intentions on going to this conference, okay? However, with the sermon called Baby Faith, and those of you who are part of the Transformation Nation, like myself, shout out to Project 1820. I love that group. Awesome set of people, awesome set of Christians and believers. Okay, so anyway, after Baby Faith, I literally said, I gotta be at that conference. I have to be at that conference. Lord, I don't know how you're gonna make it happen, but I have to be at that conference. So, a little bit of backstory for me right now as I quit my full-time job. I have a wonderful part-time job that allows me the opportunity to do what I need to do as far as my acting career. But I'm not bringing in the cash flow like I used to. Trust me when I'm saying I'm not bringing in the cash flow. But I said to myself, I got to make this happen. So I did what I had to do. I booked a flight. I booked a hotel room. Don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but it'll be paid for. Just so I couldn't talk myself I'm not going to this conference. Didn't have a ticket now, mind you. Didn't have a ticket. Or wasn't even sure that I would be able to get there. But I was resolved to be there, even if I had to stand in the parking lot and just be in the presence. That's how confident I was that I needed to be there, that the Lord was guiding me. So I quickly went on to the app and volunteered. And me, in my usual self, didn't hear from anybody like within a day or two or anything like that. Mind now, these people are getting ready to get this thing going. And I'm freaking out because I haven't heard from anybody. Well, I'm not going to go. This is not going to happen. Nobody's gotten back to me. Yada, yada, yada. Anxiety. All right. I said, Lord, if this is going to happen, you're going to make it happen. And I'm just going to give it to you and I'm going to leave it. So one of the women who's one of the leaders and founders of Project 1820, Erin, I talked to her and I said, okay, I booked my ticket, my flight ticket and my hotel room, and I'm going to go. I wrote to these people, told them I wanted to, work with them and serve with them, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Don't you know that I want to say within 3 days' time? Now this is, I think, a week and a half to 2 weeks out before the conference actually happened. So 2 to 3 days after I kind of like told Erin and everybody that was within the group on the chat line, this awesome woman by the name of Danielle Chappell. Danielle, if you're watching this, God bless you. I love you. You're awesome. Anyway, gotta give a solid. You're wonderful. So she offered me a ticket because her people weren't able to make it. You see what I'm talking about? Crazy faith. I had the faith to believe that I was going to be at that conference. In one way, shape, or form, I was going to be in the midst of what God was doing with that church. All I had to do is take that step forward. And I did. And look what happened. Version 1. Version 1. And it's not just that. It's so funny because let me get back on track because I'm not great at this. People just bear with me, okay? It wasn't just that. When I decided that I am going to resolve to have crazy faith and confidently put my trust in God, that what I'm going to have, He's going to provide for me. What He promised me, He's going to give me. Things started happening in my career. I do what's called casting office drop-offs, which means we go to, casting offices, we drop off our headshots and resumes and everything like that. We kind of target offices that we want to work with, that are affiliated with projects that we want to work on. So I did this drop-off a couple of weeks ago. And when I'm telling you, as I'm doing all of this and I'm dropping it off at offices and stuff like that, this one office that I was with, big, huge, it was on West Olive Avenue. Anyway, as I'm as I'm walking in, I'm like, okay, I drop off my headshots and, I do my little posting thing on Instagram. I'm not great with posting, people. I'm just not. Don't hate me. I'm not a millennial. It's just not what I do. I know it's something that has to be done, especially in this age, in this industry where you got to have followers and everything else like that, despite your talent. But I digress. That'll be another video. When I got done, and as I was leaving this office, I turned to look at the directory, and I'm seeing all these other agencies, casting offices, and not just casting offices, talent agencies. And some of them were pretty big name ones. So at that moment, I decided, well, let me just, while I'm here, I have all my headshots, let me just go and just drop them off and see what happens. And then I'm thinking, well, no, these are pretty big. What if they tell me no? What if I get yelled at? What if this? What if that? Just what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. And when I'm telling you, the nerves started, the anxiety started. And I'm saying to myself, what's wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? The worst they could say is no. Nobody is going to die. The world is not going to end. It's not going to open up and swallow you whole. Just do it. You talk about that crazy faith that you have, right, Lisa? Where is it? Just do it. So I turned myself back around, went upstairs, went into this huge office space with the nice desk, the lovely ladies with the faces that are beat for the cheap seats. They were gorgeous. It was remarkable. You know, the offices in the back, you know, with the open spaces. It was ridiculous. So I'm walking in here, and I'm like, wow, okay. So this office had at least 3 or 4 of the big name talent agencies. Not huge, mind now. They're not like, you know, William Morris or anything like that, but they were pretty reputable. I say maybe top 100. And I stepped up to the desk and I said, hi. I was just wondering if I might be able to drop off my headshots. Those of you who know the industry and how it goes, I don't need to tell you the story, but anyway, so she turns to her coworker and she says, well, sure, I don't see why not. But, you know, they don't usually accept drop-offs. You can hand them in and stuff like that. So her coworker says, yeah, sure. So she took it and put them in. Now, they got file cabinets. Now, I'm seeing this in the back. They got file cabinets where they're putting all the headshots of all these different offices and agents, you know, people, you know, headshots that they received or whatever, and they're filing them in. So I did that. I turned myself around after I thanked them and told them to have a very lovely day and God bless them. Went right back on the elevator, went back down, and I'm like, whatever's going to happen, Lord, is going to happen. Walked out the door and finished my day. And that was it. Didn't think about it. Just kept on my hustle, kept on my grind, kept pumping out, you know, other offices that I need to see and this, that, and the other thing. And when I tell you, people, just last week, I got an email from one of the agencies asking me to do a self-tape and submission because they would like to represent me. I'm telling you people, it's like, if you don't believe in yourself and the power that you have within you, you're a step behind. You're more than a step behind. You're doing yourself a disservice. That's what it is. You're doing yourself a disservice. All you have is all you need. Okay? There's no need, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I'm telling you, after this conference, people, it's the worship sessions, the spirit that was in the midst of that arena, the fellowship, it was spine-tingling. When I'm telling you, if you guys have been to any concerts, any, whatever it is, where the energy is electric, I guarantee you, this is 100 times better. This would have had you on the floor. That's how powerful it is. That's how truthful it is. Because when I'm telling you, it smacks you in the face. The prayer sessions, the creativity sessions that they had, the leadership sessions, the prayer and worship sessions, led by remarkable people, pastors Brenda and Todd, who are Todd's parents. I I just can't. Pastor Brenda will put a prayer on you. I'm telling you, she will pray the house down. You understand what I'm saying? Like nothing I've ever seen. Okay? And right now, don't get it twisted, people. There are a lot of remarkable pastors and leaders in this world. In this world. Remarkable. I'm just telling you my experience that I want to share with you so you can go out and taste it for yourself. I'm not telling you to quit your church. Pastor Michael Todd even says, get into your own local church. Because it's not him telling you to do these things and inspiring you. It's God using him as a vessel to speak through him, to tell you what it is that you need to hear. So don't go to Oklahoma or move to Oklahoma unless you feel that the Lord is telling you to do that, and pray on that as well. But I'm just saying, even Pastor Michael Todd says, get yourself into a local church to where what you're seeing and feeling can be passed on to others. When I'm telling you the things that I'm saying right now don't even come to like a third of the stuff that was said. There was the governor of Oklahoma. I believe he was the governor of Oklahoma. This rapper that, quite honestly, I have never heard before, but the stuff that he was spitting, and he is in the midst of all these other top tier rappers, and he's a rapper that happens to be a Christian and believer. Didn't have to change who he was in order to fit into the fold. People are coming to him in order to get a part of what he has, to tap into his talent. He doesn't have to step out of who he is and what he believes in order to fit society. I'm telling you. There was another, God, I can't remember her name, but she was part of the, it was a reality series called The Duck Dynasty, and once that wrapped, she just felt the Lord move within her to tell about her experiences and, everything that she kind of went through. That is her story and her take on the side of what reality television was and, her spiritual walk with God. And it was crazy. And then I know I said that I wasn't going to mention celebrities because it's not about the celebrity of it, but it's just, it was remarkable. Letitia Wright was there, and when I'm telling you the stuff that she said and what she's been through, spoke to me directly. And people, all I'm saying is, I know that I'm drawing on. I can't even talk. It's so early in the morning. Oh my God, help me. Anyway, what I'm saying is that after coming back from this conference, I have got so much work to do. So much work to do. And I refuse to be the obstacle in my own way. I am not going to compare myself to anybody else because I know what I have is enough. People just going to have to come and catch up with me. All right, this is me telling you this. September 13th, 2019. Okay? What they see God has placed in me as far as my talent and my ability, both in front and behind the camera, crazy faith. What I have is all that I need.